Alright, hope everybody's having a good one. Welcome to Planet Coaster 2 with Cookie Pirate. Well, I've got Spino and King Taka Fangirl in chat, already waiting for me to start. Hope you both are having a great day, great evening. Got a ton of codes, only one of them is a coaster, the rest are just things I've made. So here they are. Okay, just hold that for a minute. OBS didn't want to load a couple things. Okay, yeah, should be good now. Let me, go ahead and... So many of them are on the front here. Kicking Coaster is here for my soul. Oh, no. I've got the car pack. Cookie Pirate car impersonation. What's a working observation tower? Oh. I like that. It reminds me of the Carolina Sky Tower, for example, at Carowinds. American Eagle Steel Revolution. Oh, this will be pretty neat. Pink car impersonation. CNL 7YL DSL. Non-in-game rides. Okay. Yeah, not gonna check these out right now, but I've got them saved for later on. So. Hey, Bentley13, how are you? Welcome. Car pack is over 900 downloads, by the way. Yeah, those are popular. When people do parks with parking lots and stuff like that, they like to fill it with cars to give it a little realism here. Alright, so I'm gonna load into the tropical park for now, and I'll kind of continue messing around with some of the stuff that excuse me, some of the stuff that we were doing yesterday. Man, drink more water. Oh my gosh, excuse me. It's like I hate how sometimes I will eat something or drink something and then it just leaves me like feeling parched or something like that. I don't know. Silver Dollar Axolotl, what's going on? Hello. Welcome. So yesterday late, I kind of revamped this Mako coaster. I don't want to shut it down and take it out right now, especially because the redesign isn't quite. It's not quite done. I think it needs some more work. Hey yo, should I call you your name on stream? SDA or not? I really don't care, I didn't think about that. Oh, it happens. I mean, I've shared my name. Actually, if you see my Flight Sim streams, the username for Flight Sim is actually not Cookie Pirate. I need to change that to get it to... Why is this empty? I'm sending out a completely empty train. That really doesn't make much sense. Can I call you call me literally anything? Call me a rock for all I care. You call me a box, Jerry. Don't call me another name. Yeah, I don't want to get called the wrong name. Oof. Okay. Anyway. So we did do a little bit of work. We kind of revamped the path over here at the tsunami station. We did a little pip shot juice stand on this side since it was just blank space right there. And we've got the restroom. Actually thinking about... So Dino Dukes actually did this custom station, and I'm thinking about remodeling it a little bit to try to unify it into one blueprint and one scenery building piece. And I really like what he did with it, and what I would probably do is try to stay true to the idea that he represented here, but just connect the buildings, do some slight realignment, and maybe expand some shops or something. Lucky I have no ice cream in my house. I actually had gelato. It was sea salt caramel. I absolutely love ice cream, but I actually cannot eat a lot of it at once. Yo, Tortic and Tails, what's going on? To give you the proper greeting, we're gonna go back here. Read and listen. I love the drum line. Alright, Tortic and Tails, wait for it. Here it comes any second now, hopefully. Lights, camera. Anyway, Merry Christmas. Yeah. Not yet quite. My favorite type of ice cream is sorbet. Yeah, that's really good. I think it's also a little bit better for you. Yes, we've got the mega ride. The other thing that we did is relocate the restaurant that was on this floating platform out over here. And we placed it right back over here, because this is really the only area in the park that did not have a restaurant nearby. It's not really getting any attention either, which is, I don't know, kind of interesting. Huh. Sorry, Bentley, I was talking to Cookie. I was confused about how we can't eat a lot of it. Oh, I don't know. Like, it's not something, like, wrong with it or anything. I'm just the kind of person that does not like to eat a huge amount of sweets at once. Especially if it's really sweet. Like, I love desserts. But I would have to say I like, my preference would be definitely for desserts that are not overly sweet. Like, I like a semi-sweet to moderately sweet. If it's not something that is super rich, I'm probably really going to like it and eat a lot of it. If it is really sweet, I will still probably really like it, but just will not be able to eat a very large amount. What's your favorite creation I've made? I don't know, I'd have to go back and look at them. It's hard to tell. We'd have to go back and compare them and stuff. I think I need help. There's no way I put Time Traveler above Lightning Rod, Outlaw Run, Raging Bull, and Goliath at Six Flags Great America. I'm too obsessed with that ride. Demon is better than Goliath? Ooh. You're not wrong, Time Traveler is a diva. Got the pirate ship that absolutely nobody rides. I know how to get people on it, replace it, theme it a little more. I love the pirate ships. These were one of my favorite rides as a kid, and I just don't really find a lot of them. You know what I think we need, and we used to have? Way back, actually, if you go to the old version of this park that I have saved, when this was kind of a boardwalk area, we used to have one. The SNS Swing. We've got a parade. We kind of worked on that plaza yesterday. Maybe we can spend some time kind of decorating around it. I think these are going to go. They really don't draw anybody to them, unfortunately. This is a Dueling Dragons recreation. Rethemed slightly, but yeah, I don't think I'm going to keep it. We've got the Kraken coaster. I think this could use a little bit of a revamp. This is the version made by Jimpers, not the original one. And I'll go ahead and say I actually spent a fair bit of time last night after I ended the stream kind of trying to clear out my saved blueprints and going through and updating some of the blueprints on the workshop. And I also put this version and the old version of this park up there too, so if you all want to download it and check stuff out and play around with it, you absolutely can do so. Another thing we did over here is we actually rerouted the path by taking this bridge right here out. And what this does is actually gets people to walk back here toward the restaurant and food court. Gives a little more business over here. I would have to say this is one of my favorite things that I did in this park, and it's a little disappointing that nobody really utilizes it. We've got a couple people dining. Plenty of tables for people to sit at, be able to enjoy some food. It's just a massive food court section back here, and we have restrooms on both sides. Little rest facility. I've actually thought about expanding this. What do you all think about possibly expanding? Honestly, I don't know how far we can go back. Because yeah, that may be kinda... That may be tough. We may be pretty limited on space. And you can't really build it out this way just because, well, there's a waterfall there. This also is a little bit of a, it's kind of a choke point because the path is pretty narrow. So I have a feeling we maybe should kind of revamp some of this over here. Gonna travel away to work on something else because if wanting to do something else. The stream has definitely been fun, and you should definitely expect me to be back for other streams. Alright, Silver Dollar, have a great rest of the evening. Thanks so much for coming by and hanging out. Appreciate it. Super internet. Yeah, when the super internet ain't so super, then it's just internet. The intimate looping starship doesn't really exist anymore, but we're basically rocking ships that could invert. Example, the defunct Power Dive at Six Flags Great America. I'm not really familiar with that, actually. Tropical Park. What's going on, Dale? How are you, man? All this right back here, this Woody was actually built by Jimpers. And then he did an RMC version, which I really like, except we already had the RMC in the park, so I think the Woody is actually quite suitable. Right back here, pirate themed. It's called Buccaneer. Some palm trees posted right out over here by the entrance. And I feel like one thing that I should do with my rides in the future is actually try to create a little bit better themed stations and stuff like that. That's what I tried to do for this B&M invert back here, the Treasure Tempest. This was actually quite a bit of fun to put together. Got a small modular souvenir shop back here. We've got some food counters and vending machines, a couple tables you can sit and eat, and the ride exit is right back up here. On-ride photos, and the queue actually starts over here. Priority goes straight up, and the main queue actually runs along the back of the building with a giant support in the middle. And then it kind of winds its way back through here and up to the so this is enclosed. Where does it go? That's the exit. So the queue line actually comes up inside and right up to the top, and if you're in line, it doesn't quite take you right over to the edge of the building, but you can... Yeah, some of the letters and the sign things kind of stick out over the window. I'd like a little bit of a revamp of that. Whoa. It's alright, people will come as I'm online. It's been pretty short so far. This was really cool. I think Brawmick actually made this. This is called the Buccaneers. Who left that boat on our roof? I forgot about that. There's a giant ship on top of the roof. Really nice building. Down here, the tables. Outside. And then inside. And we've got the pirate band. Just a memento counter. This is not a modular shop, but a really nice custom shelf scenery right there. Little restroom tucked back in the corner, and then your restaurant counter right out here with a few tables inside in case you don't want to eat outside. Then a random restroom here. Actually, this was the holdover from when the restaurant all used to be outdoors. Just a big pavilion that didn't really connect to anything over here. This building was off of the workshop, but what I did with that is cut into it a little bit and was able to place some different shops. We got the balloons, Gelato Bros, and Cosmic Cow. Then a walk down here, we added a restroom and... Whoa. Gulpy and pizza pen. And over here, we were able to tuck a Just a Memento shop. I don't really think there's much business over here because it's it's actually pretty far off the beaten path. Hey, Strawberry Jam Elevator Warden. Hello, both of you. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, what's up, Crazanity? Cosmic Cow, you say? Cow Parade. The Cow Parade is the best. Well, hey, we had to add at least one Cosmic Cow mascot on the bouncy ball. And it's so funny because you can hear the sound effect from a pretty good distance. Boing, 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 boing. Where be the rum savvy? Oh, I don't know. So we got a lot going on here. And I have thought... I've thought a fair bit about just completely redoing this park. So taking most of the same rides and everything, but kind of rearranging them. Decluttering the park a little bit. I felt like this park and the Viking Park... I mean, I utilized pretty much every inch of space when setting up the park boundary, with a couple exceptions kind of back in some of the corners and everything. And it's fall, it's a large file, and it is even to the point that it slows my game down. And my headset is done charging. Who was the one who told you they couldn't save the mock launch coaster that I saved? Yeah, that was Crazanity. We want the rum. I drove in a church parking lot for the first time today. I hit a curb, but it went pretty well. Hey, well, everybody starts somewhere, you know, so that's good. I gotta top off my water real quick. I've got something in my eye here. Ah, it's been bugging me most of the day, believe it or not. Hey, what's going on, Kings Island Nerd? How are you? That was my first time behind the wheel. Didn't do great of a job parking. That happens. That takes practice, for sure. Okay. So, unlike the Viking Park, I actually did try to separate this into areas. So kind of back over here is like a sea creature section. I mean, this is very heavily inspired by SeaWorld at Busch Gardens, Orlando, of course. SeaWorld at Busch Gardens, Orlando. What am I thinking? SeaWorld, Orlando. Why was I thinking Busch Gardens? because I went to both Busch Gardens, Tampa. Well, strike one. But yeah, Mako and Kraken, of course. Two of my favorite coasters and placed very closely together. And both themed off of creatures of the sea. Much like everything, almost everything at SeaWorld. But then I tried to set up a pirate area, which actually probably takes up the most, coming from all the way back here, coming all the way up here. That's a pretty large encompassing area. This section in the back was supposed to be kind of a jungle theme, and then the water park, and this is supposed to be like a surf beach theme and a volcano theme. You should try to make it more realistic. Yeah. Well, I definitely do need to do that. Remove some pathing in the middle. And removing some path in the middle and add nature. Yeah. Yeah, but the thing is, this park is also so large, it takes such a hit on resources doing that. Sea creature, you should put a ride in and call it Leviathan. Oh, I'm not totally sure. What do you mean a park made by Cookie Pirate has mostly pirate theming? Well, it's not mostly, but the pirate section is larger, I would say, than any other area, but not combined. It probably makes up 25% of the park. And it goes... I think the pirate theme just goes well with a tropical themed, like, sea, ocean, beach, stuff like that. But yeah, I definitely do agree about trying to cut down on some of the path in the middle. Because what that causes people to do is bypass the stuff on the outer edges of the park. So for example, a lot of people don't really come this way unless they're specifically wanting to go on these rides. Because instead, they're just going to take the main path over toward the back of the park. Same reason they tend to bypass almost all of this stuff here. Excuse me. Alright, let's do something over here. I'm gonna move that temporarily. And I think we could actually... we can integrate that pathing a little bit better. The heck? Path foundation. There we go. Kind of removes the seamed lines there. Place a couple of the benches. Give them a shortcut. Anything but starting the Mediterranean. Ah! Yeah, I ain't ready to do that. That's gonna take a bit of time. Because I want to think and plan it through a little bit better. And I'm also going to want a lot of time in the day. Not like when I get home late from work and have a flight sim stream and then eat and jump on here at 8:30 in the evening almost. Are we showcasing parks today? No. No, we're not doing parks. I'll do coasters. But you all have heard me say it's not common that I'll actually... What's with this pathing right here? Why is that misaligned? I don't want to fix that. Something kind of went haywire there. Not sure what. That came out a little awkward. I have a feeling revamping this station and exit right there might be worth doing. Hoping that we'll actually get some people coming into this. Let's reopen it and see if that makes any difference. We haven't had a single... Okay, we have had one guest today at this restaurant. And that should be more popular. So what we'll do is actually cut the prices down, and that should draw some attention. I'm working on a park that won't be done for like months, and it's going to be huge. Not asking for it to be shown, as it would probably take over an hour to look at the fully finished thing. Well, I mean, eventually, if it's a project like that you're working on, if I plan for it, that is something that we could check out. I was going to make an intimate all-gen Giga inspired by Millie, but they overbanked after the first drop was hitting 6+ verticals, and I was like, it's not worth it at this point. Boom, Millie bad. Ooh, there's some hate words right there. I mean, I don't have a stake in the fight, because, I've never been on it. I really don't know what happened with this, why it took almost all of my windows and stuff away. That just doesn't make any sense. And for being a tropical park called Splash Harbor, this being the only place that you can splash doesn't make a whole ton of sense. So what I thought about doing is kind of taking out this giant volcano in the middle of the park, since we're gonna have a volcano back here. And kind of doing like a water park. Kind of branched off somewhere out here, but the problem is the coasters are closing in on it so much. As crazy as this may sound, I feel like if we're going to do that, this park needs fewer coasters. I think we have 13. Might be even more. I could tell you. We have, yeah, more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We have 17 roller coasters in this park. What? Now, to be fair, a number of them are small. But, Yeah, we would need to cut down on that to try to add some space here. Haha, sure, buddy, it is a giga. You dropped 3. Orion isn't a giga. Fewer coasters, no, that's sad. A little bit, but the thing is, if we can go for quality coasters, that would allow for more space for different things. Like, the other thing too, this park has very few flat rides. It's got 10, and there's a whole ton that we could put. The Schwarzkopf can go. Hey, don't hate on the Schwarzkopf. Alright, Crazanity, I have a question for you. Actually, I have a question for all of chat. There we go. If you're on, excuse me, if you're on a 297 but jump an extra 3 feet and fall to your death, that would make it 300 feet. Well, that's grim. Man, keep it light here. Yeah, look at this. I think we need to widen this because this is a major choke point. I mean, even back here, yeah, that's kind of a choke point too. What I think we may need to do is add another branch to this path back here. Why people kind of bypass that. And I have a feeling that this could be in a different area. Kind of the jungle-themed area back here, but this is also pretty stacked. I mean, you got the river rapids, the mine train, RMC, the Kitty Woody. This doesn't really fit this area a whole lot. Alright, so far we have 2 votes for questionable, 1 for definitely yes, and 1 for definitely no. I'm gonna take a guess and say that Crazanity said definitely no. At least the coaster in my home park reaches 325 feet tall. And it's a marketing term. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Because Apollo's Chariot, I think, is only 170 feet tall. But it has a 210-foot drop. There's really not much activity down here either, for whatever reason. Not really anybody getting on this ride. I can't English this day. Ha! My home park's tallest coaster is only 202 feet with a 208-foot drop. That's okay. I mean, Orion is a Giga and Apollo's Chariot is a Hyper. It is the drop. To be honest, height doesn't matter on a coaster. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do here. Let's just pause this and see. Okay. I present right here. So each of these right here have 2 people riding it. Low-key, I disagree, it does. I think it certainly has some sort of an impact, but I don't think it is the defining factor of a coaster. Launches disregarded because, of course, you don't need height when you have launches. Oh, is the maintenance bay? Where's the station? Back here. Okay, this actually has... Oh. Well, this actually has a number of people on it. 3/4 full. I love this. The station is so neat. Where's the other? Back here. And... yeah, this one only has 10 people on it. Yeah, I don't know. It's time to shut these down. I think these gotta go. They could have something better in its place. Yes. I agree. I think it's time to go. As much as I love Dueling Dragons, it doesn't, I don't think it really belongs in this park. But I gotta say, I really do enjoy it. Well, these people are gonna be kind of mad, though. They're gonna be mad when they get out of the line. You'll see them grumble. That's a new mechanic. When they get kicked out of a line, they get cranky. Like a 300-foot coaster can be bad, even though it's a giga, just like real life. Yeah, you're right. Now watch this. Watch his mood change when he gets out. Unhappy, kicked out of a queue. So, I do want to show this, though, because this is... Oh, they're not even timed right! They may have sent an empty station, that's why. Dueling Dragons isn't even dueling. I could be going on my first SLC next year, and it's one of the worst. What is it? Go ahead and end the poll there. I think we should replace this with a Hagrid's recreation. No, I really don't care for the bike and sidecar coasters, to be honest. An Intamin Blitz, I believe, would be a better option. I'm not saying that's what we're gonna do here in Intamin Blitz, although maybe we could. But no, I really don't feel like doing the bike and sidecar. Out Fury 325. Duelist lizards, yeah, unfortunately. It's not doing, it did. And I'm not sure what's going on, and let me double check and see if it was synced up. Oh, there is a ride sync. I don't know why they launched at different times. That's kind of bad Carolina Hornet. I honestly, Strawberry Jam, I do not know if it is or not. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. Hey, Club Coasters, how are you? Nupoko Air Coaster at Lost Island. Is that one of the worst? I didn't think it was one of the worst. I mean, most SLCs aren't very good, with the exception of Great Nor'easter and Riddler Revenge. Okay. And yeah, I think everybody is off. It's time to go ahead and yeah, so I don't know why they didn't duel then, but they did when I placed it. I think it's just, maybe it's not getting enough people, so the station timing is off or something. But for example, if you pause it, and then we come back through, part of a ride sync group, watch them now, they absolutely should duel, and they did! Spino, you're lucky it's got vests. The SLC at Elitch Gardens isn't bad. Ooh, that is that sounds like a pretty hot take to me. Unless they just recently revamped it. Alright, I think it is time to go ahead and start tearing up some of this. I don't want to take the coaster out just yet. I do want to watch it duel through the loops one last time. That was one of my favorite things. That was one of my all-time favorite coaster experiences. I got a front row ride on the ice coaster. And I just remember the other train charging toward you, and I pulled my my knees up to my chest thinking I was gonna smack feet. And of course they're obviously separated by enough that you don't. Oh, they got that timing really good. Okay. Now they can go. Bye-bye. When are you gonna work on your Viking Park? I'm not sure. I did the last few days. And then just took a break from it. Oh, we need to be very careful. We're turning rides and tracks off. Because I would actually be pretty upset if I deleted the railroad. What did I just do? Ah. I'm gonna be honest, the sorcery theme kind of feels like an addition to Fairy Tale. I think the sorcery theme is better. Alright, what we can do is relocate our chief beef stand. Because there is nothing food-wise all around here. So just for now, I mean, this is going to be a temporary relocation until we figure out what to do over here. But I'm gonna place our chief beef stand right back over here. Oh, and we got the gulpy. We're gonna move that. Sorry people, you're gonna have to walk a little ways. Just place that there for them. And the, let's see, hold on. Oh, they despawned. So yeah, when that happens, they just respawn at the entrance of the park, I think. I wish I could play... Hold on. I'm building a Viking-themed area while watching this. Awesome. Wish I could play PC 2, but I have a laptop, so I'm stuck with no limits in PC 1. Gonna be kinda honest... Oh, I already read that. I just looked. Napuko is considered to be a bit better than T3, but not by much, and we all know T3 sucks. Yeah. The SLC at Six Flags America wasn't even salvageable. It was that bad. The vests didn't even help either. T3 sucks! What do you all think about the new name for Project Purple? What is it called? I think it is like Bakunawa. Or something. Honestly, a hot take. I think it will be more fun than King Dakar. Ooh. What if there was a roller coaster tycoon themed area in a theme park? Oh, that would be so cool. I want to do an open RCT2 stream at some point here. Yeah, Project Purple will be better than King Dakar. Bakunawa is great. I think my username is a joke to you. Build Bakunawa LF fit here. I don't know. Cookie Pirate does an open RCT2 stream and acts like he's playing Planet Coaster 2. No, because I actually know what I'm doing, and, well, if I remember it as well as I can, but yeah, no, I really loved, I put so much time into RCT2 way back then. In Philippine mythology, a Bakunawa is known as the moon-eating dragon. In Philippine mythology, it is said this dragon causes the solar eclipse. Interesting. Wow. I never knew that. That's actually really neat, though. Some good lore. I really do like when a coaster has good lore. So the funny thing about Gwazi at Busch Gardens Tampa was supposed to be like a tiger and a lion in somewhere in Africa, in the lore from there. And a bunch of people said it was made up. It was completely fantasized, and that is not accurate at all. And then when they did a crocodile-themed coaster, they just called it Iron Gwazi. So they got criticism for that. But that's okay because the ride experience is just so good, and it looks really neat. The tower could be the serpent wrapping around the moon. Ooh. That's actually pretty cool. Okay. Alright, so everybody but one person, and I'm pretty sure I know who that one person is, voted that Bakunawa will be even better than King Taka, and the one person who said it wouldn't, it is expected to still be amazing. So, I'm actually a little bit surprised by that. I'm not shocked, but I'm a little surprised. I love the wave turn on Gwazi, but I think the death roll was kind of overhyped. It was just alright. That death roll was actually a lot of fun, but I agree the wave turn is the better element. Just remember, whatever you do, don't turn right. What do you mean? Oh, are you talking about racing? Because it's all left turns unless you're on like a road course. Alright, so we got this area cleared out. Now we've got more room to expand. I wonder who said that. I bet it was Jippers. Oh, the new theming for Verbolten? I haven't heard that. I don't keep up with the latest coaster news, though, unless it's like it's something that I'm... So, is this some sort of a bug? Why is that showing up? Rapids water is too dirty and guests are having a negative experience. Okay, hold on. What's going on here? What? What is this? It just drops off to nothing? Yeah. That's it. No, we're getting rid of that. I don't even know why that's there. Ah! Sampled, no, yes, sampled. King Coaster is here to devour someone's soul today, and it's not King Dakara girls. Maybe it is. Oh, that's not nice. Come on, be nice. Cookie Pirate, there's been this massive bug added from the sorcery pack. Go to animatronics. What is it? Ooh, hope you all aren't afraid of spiders. Look at the first ones. I'm so sad I never got to ride King Dakar though. Yeah, I didn't either. It's a massive... Ah, you know what? Ah, I fell for that. Alright, King's Island nerd. Everybody, you know what to say on the count of 3. 1, 2... Out! Just kidding. Sorry for the voice spike right there. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and end that poll. Alright, curious about the Schwarzkopf, and next poll is going to be... The Devourer of Saddened Souls, King Coaster. Ah, Man, what is it with King Coaster being so demonic? Is it getting any guests? No. Well, it's dated, so it is taking a penalty right now, and it would become a classic. Actually, when I first placed this, back when it was like over here and had it actually going like into the volcano and stuff, it actually did did do well. I think right now it's just taking a penalty because it's not a classic. So, for any of you that are not familiar, you get penalties with your ride's reputation. So when it's brand new, you get a +10. I think +10. When it's established, it's 0. When it's dated, it's -10. And then if it has a high enough prestige, it'll become a classic, and you'll get +20. So a classic coaster actually gives your ride a better boost than it being brand new. But if your prestige is not high enough, or I've seen a couple coasters where the prestige is super high and it doesn't work out. But if it gets to old, then it's a -20, I believe. So the ride kind of has to recover. Who are smarter, RCT2 guests or PC2 guests? I'm not totally sure, honestly. Volcano, you say? Lazy River, out! Yeah, something is bugged with this. That power icon shouldn't be showing up like that. I don't know what's causing it. Why did you not tell us that before we voted? Why? What do you mean? About the ride prestige? But with that said, that actually can affect, you know, how popular a ride is. But let's say you have a classic ride that's kind of small scale. It probably will not take attention away from some of the biggest and most successful coasters in the park. So it may make a difference, it may not. We could wait until it becomes a classic and see. I can just end the poll and scrap it and wait for it to become a classic and see what happens. If we want to do that, then maybe. I'm pretty sure if it's raining, guests will more likely wait in rides with shelter. They will. They will, but if the coaster goes outdoors like this, then they may not choose to get on it. You should try No Limits 2 streams, that would be fun. I don't have No Limits 2, and it has such a ridiculously steep learning curve, and I'm not the greatest coaster builder to begin with. I actually can build some really good coasters in RCT2, because it's a little bit easier, it's a little more simple. That would actually be a lot of fun. Okay, so we have 1 vote for keep it, 2 for revamp, and 4 for remove, but I'm going to tell you what. I'll try to remember that. If this ride becomes a classic in time, we can re-vote. But yeah, this area definitely needs to be developed. a little bit easier, a lot more easier. Well, compared to this game, it's... I mean, you still do have to be kind of careful with the way that you develop your ride, but... yeah, definitely compared to No Limits, RCT2 coasters are so much easier. Compared to this, they're definitely easier, but I wouldn't say it's a huge difference. But maybe that's just me. And then Open RCT2 actually adds in all of those new track pieces and like the different types of rides, which I think it would still be easy, but that does give you a little bit more complexity with the coaster. So I'm gonna step up real quick, and we'll be back in a couple minutes here. Okay. I would say Planko guests are much smarter than RCT guests, because why? They have the brain size of a peanut and can't see the path right next to them. We lost an Alan Herschel map mouse today. Arnold's Park just scrapped theirs. Oh wow. Cookie Pirate, try to order your coasters in intensity to see if there's a big gap between rides. Oh, I've got 17 coasters in this. Well, 15 now, I think. 6 flags lost another flag. 5 flags. I think they're at like -5 right now, based on everybody in chat. I'm not gonna click through all 17 coasters right now, but I'll look at a few. 3.6. This one is actually pretty high up in intensity there. Wow, it's getting 8.2. That's a good coaster. That was pretty solid. This one I think is going to be pretty high. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, why somehow the fear is not... This one by Band Player I think is pretty high up. Yeah. No, I said I'm not going to look at all of these coasters, and here we are looking at all these coasters. The Gerstler I think needs them. 6 Flags might become bankrupt. Extra, extra, read all about it. Bankrupt flags. How many kitty or family coasters are there? 3 or 4. We've got the mine train. We've got this mini Woody. And we've got this kitty coaster right back over here. And you could kind of, I wouldn't really call this a family coaster per se, but this is kind of the in-between, like your highest thrill and your family. Bum, ba-dum, bum. Peaceful music at the right time, not gonna lie, absolutely. Six Flags should rename themselves to 6 times bankrupt. Bankrupt flags. Oh, Lord. Okay. There is a mine train in the park, yeah, all the way in the back, and it's actually one of the earlier coasters I built. I can just see the out! Arr! Crazanity taking the role of Dale. Might can soon fangirl. I heard some rumors it might be going literally to Kings Island because they just signed papers the other day for a possible secret demolition of Son of Beast Station. Really? One of my buddies that works at the park was telling me about it yesterday, and it's starting to sound pretty legit. It would easily fit in that area. Oh, interesting. So 4 votes to keep it. 1 to get rid of it completely. I feel like making it smaller and a little bit flatter. Like flattening this and then keeping a small kind of mountain in this. The tricky thing is the way that the Mako Hypercoaster kind of sits along the back side of it here. We're talking about Air Force One, yeah. A lot of inside sources were saying that Invertigo was being removed. Yeah, that's true. Well, just like everybody talking about Kumba at Busch Gardens being shut down. When I was there last year, they said they're not going to reopen it, and sure enough, they announced that they would. RIP Kumba in 4 days. As well as Air Force One. It's not a good day for the coaster community. August 2nd, losing 2 really good coasters. Ow! Oh, I just hit my knee on my desk. Ah! Kinda hurt. Cue random volcano noise. I think the thing about this mountain here, wherever the fireworks go, I need to put it in a better place so they're more visible, because I think they're too high up. But then the mountain blocks the fireworks if you place them too low. Cookie and Vertigo reopened. Yeah, I know it did. Depends on how you rotate the layout, but the only major reason it would be going to Kings Island is to silence all of the Son of Beast RMC fans. That's why if it does. Cue random volcano noise, you say. Release the lazy river. Oh my gosh. Hang on a second. Ouch. August 4th, Disney is getting rid of Tinkerbell permanently. No more meet and greets, apparently. Wow. The ride is in a massive L shape, which can't really work in that spot because it is a long, straight line. Okay. I don't know what's going on. This is bugged. Alright, let me see what's going on with this here. Is there a filter somewhere missing? Connected filters. Alright. So, I need to go into facilities. Custom. Ah! Oh, well, that explains something. Somehow the filter got busted. Accidentally deleted. Shoot. Okay. So... well, water filter. Are you kidding me? What in the world? Why doesn't it want to link up to this? This whole thing got screwed up. Okay. I'm gonna try to make this as as seamless as possible here. But we need to delete this. All of it. Oh yeah, that was filthy. Cookie, have you heard of Hunderputten? Hundepruden. No, I have not. Is a Zero Force coaster in Denmark? Yeah, no, I've never heard of it. Alright, then the next thing I think we're going to need to do, I'm going to place 2 tiles of stamps just for reference, right there and right there. And we're going to pull all of these. Ah! There we go. I hope it's still on the workshop. I'm gonna be a little disappointed if it isn't. It's probably gonna be in here. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. So here's the other thing to do real quick. We'll come back through. I'm just gonna demo these lines. First off, Fury 325 isn't dead or talking about something serious. It's a coaster themed to what? You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be making that up. Alright, now the challenge is, where are those two stamps? Oh, man. Well, this is a challenge. Why doesn't this want to... Oh, well, that helps. Oh, we gotta lower it to ground level. Try to... It just helps me line it up a little bit better. Oh gosh. Why doesn't it want to rotate right? Bingo! Sweet. That's back to functional. That's lined up. And look at that, everybody's right back in their chairs. When did roller coasters have to pay taxes? It has to do with the government as always. Also, air is no longer free. Yeah, this isn't quite lined up, but based on the placement here, it's fine. And there's a little bit of a dip in the terrain. So we can pull those. I see, that's misaligned right there slightly. Probably from the old path. Hey Jimpers, how are ya? Alright, this is what we're gonna do. Ooh. I see what's going here. Try to attach that to the edge of this. Ah! Okay. And we would just have to realign the path slightly right there. This one will be a little bit tougher. We'll have to... And we'll come back and clean all that up at some point. I'm not going to do it right now. Why does it have to test? The water slides don't. Why do the wave sims have to? Remember to allocate a little time to my 3 small creations and 1 big one. Yeah. Yeah, I have not forgotten about that. All seasons, all weather, all day, all water fun. Pretty cool. This was built by Brawmick, unfortunately is no longer active in PC2. Look at all these people sitting sideways on like thin air. Oh, PC2 never change. I mean, she's literally on air, not even close to a seat. She's reversed. Oh, that's a bit too funny. Oh, man. This guy's just standing here. He's like, hey, he's not even treading water, he's just standing. Leaving a pool. You've got a bit of time, Jimpers. They're too cool for the chairs, they have to float. Oh lord, okay. Well, we got that back functional, and with all the scenery complete. I don't know how those walls got deleted. That was kind of odd. Ah, yes, I love it when my guests are just on air. Alright, I'll go ahead and end that. It's almost time for the parade and fireworks. Don't want to do that there. I remember when I was at a water park, and when you sit down you start floating sideways. It's quite a fun experience if you ask me. Yeah. I don't know, these are not totally leveled. I think we need to bring them a little lower. I feel like right there would be reasonable. We can always fine-tune the placement if we need to. But yeah, you all are gonna have to check out that. The fireworks, they take a lot of time and they're quite tedious, but when you get a really nice fireworks show, I think it's rewarding. And I'm not sure what's going on with the power heat map. Oh, I see what happened here. So let's go in and adjust that real quick. So something's disconnected, but it's not causing a loss of power. Let me just make sure there's no gaps of anything disconnected. Oh, there is. There, we're gold. That actually should clear all that. There we go. We'll have to time that. Alright, so we're gonna change this, fix sun off. And we can see the park at night. I need to add lights throughout the park. That's one thing that's majorly missing in most of the park. I do want to see this at night. Oh, good lord, that is ultra bright. Is there a way to turn the brightness down? No. Yeah, it's a little too much. It's super pretty, but it is a little bit much. Why are these things still showing up? What the heck? I don't get it. Alright. I'm gonna see if just... And it crashed my game. Alright, hold on. Let me restart and try to load back in here. There's some weird bugs going on with this. I don't quite understand. Such a beautiful park. Yeah, a lot of work has gone into it, but... Well, yeah, I can skip that and load in here. Okay, yeah, that helped. Let me come up and look at the event sequencer real quick, and that would tell hourly. So the next one would be at 7. Oh. Connect speakers to the... Oh, well, we've got these two right here. If you're wondering how detailed my park I'm making is, I've finished not even 25% of it, and I started in late May. Wow. Just don't burn it down like Luke did trying to impress Debbie Sue. Alright, welcome back, man. Well, the parade should actually be starting momentarily, so we'll be able to see it at night. I'm curious how it would work out. Low-key want to see it. Yeah, that's going to be really nice. That's going to be worth checking out, man. Yeah, so the parade I think is at 6:30 and the fireworks are at 7. Alright, so for a few minutes here I'm going to go ahead and switch this back to... Yeah. We can see a bit better again. This probably needs to get moved to... whoops. To the top of this here. I can flatten that out, but I definitely do want to do something volcano wise for this section of the park here. And then alright, we can actually go ahead and open all of these up, I think. Could probably open up the 2 surf machines. There we go. And we got the singing eels. Wait a minute, what happened? Oh, they just ended their song. There's probably a speaker built in somewhere here where you can maybe change what they sing. So like that one up there is awake. So can you change what they sing though? Because I don't see the speaker unless it's hidden. Yeah, both of those are open. And Ramstein at 9. Adjust. Oh, look at this. The parade is actually, people are lining up for it. Yeah, let's actually switch that back to night. Oh, we have the mascots making their way through. Oh, here we go. Now Cosmic Cow's got a light up bouncy ball. Oh, that's funny. Look at everybody lined up for the parade. Watching a good parade. Alright, now get ready for the fireworks show at 7. Bodie up at the top. This is actually a pretty neat view. Queen Splash up at the top. And then the King Coaster float with some music. We'll make our way back here so we can see a little bit more distant. There's a lot going on. What is King Coaster doing? King Coaster is freaky. Ha. I like how Queen Splash looks like she's just floating in thin air. Oh, that's really pretty. Take a look at that. The moon. And so you've got so many coasters at the peaks. You've got the Surf Coaster, you've got the Trade Winds, the Mako, the Impulse, and the Intamin. Fireworks should be starting here in just a bit here. So just need some more lights, kind of light this all up. Some lamp posts and stuff. But I've been waiting to show this. These fireworks better be good. Enjoy the moon before Bakunawa eats it. Yeah, that's true. But just wait for it. The fireworks are going to start. Right. Oh, King Coaster's always happy. He definitely doesn't want to eat your soul. Oh my gosh. It is a bit dark up through here, and it does get crowded after the parade. Speakers should go off here in a minute. And everybody carrying balloons. Man, it is jam-packed through here. I would like to do a few custom, like, shop fronts to give it a little more variety. Once you get into the game, you'll grow used to him. I also used to think he wanted to eat me, if I'm being honest, but I've grown on him over time. I never thought that. I was like, oh, just kind of cool. Alright, fireworks are starting here. What a pretty night. If you're looking at Planet Coaster 1, there's literally a scenario themed after him and the coaster is his tongue. What? What? Oh, here we go. Fireworks time. Kind of the palm tree. Get ready for it. Yes! That's what I wanted to show off. Yeah, and I never played PC 1, so I missed out on it. Got the rings. Yeah, some of those I think need to be rotated a little bit. Oh, it's already over? Aww. Alright, yeah, we can go ahead and turn that back to fixed lighting now and get back to actually playing it. What was it called? Again, I think it was like King Coaster something. I don't know. I know it was the final scenario, if I'm not mistaken. The T3 sucks fireworks got me wheezing. Yeah, I planned that one out on purpose. What I need to do is when those go off, to have that audio, the T3 sucks! When are we going to look at creations? I don't know yet. Not yet. I'll let you know. Be patient, please. I'm curious. I want to see the mine train. Yeah, you can look at the mine train. I don't think it's anything too spectacular. But yeah, we can look at it. I remember building this. It was one of the earlier... I want to say this was maybe the 4th or 5th coaster I built. Believe it or not, being all the way back in this corner of the park, I actually did develop that pretty early on. You need to look at creations before Spino crashes out on you. I know. I do appreciate him being patient. I normally do them late toward... Are you kidding me? Just make us sit at the top of the lift hill. Normally do them toward the end of the stream. Not in any rush, I can wait. Alright, I appreciate it. I promise we'll get to it tonight. Picks up a little too much speed there. Maybe needs some trims. And there it is. So, one thing about this coaster I will say, I'd have to go back and watch. What's more important is the fact that T3 sucks. When I put this together, I had developed most of the terrain ahead of time, so I actually built this coaster to kind of go with the terrain, because I put the river rapids first, and I built up all the terrain for the river rapids. So I built the mine train to follow the terrain rather than building the coaster and then adjusting the terrain for it. It's kind of cool, although I think it goes a little bit too fast for the trims. You have the river rapids pass right underneath the track. And it's not super great stats. So it doesn't quite hit 40 miles an hour. Actually does have a couple small pops of airtime though. This is something to try to be a little bit fun. And the name, the Orahana mine train. Orahana is actually the name of the largest volcano in Tahiti. And when I originally built this area with the river rapids, I mean hence the name Tahitian, and the B&M surf coaster that is now over here used to be all the way back here in a giant lake. I'm trying to simulate like the ocean offshore with the giant mountains of Tahiti in the background. So there's a little bit of backstory to that coaster. Of course it doesn't stand because we moved it. But then the river rapids and the mine train there. Volcano, you say? I'm gonna have to get 3 new fireworks to add here. O-U-T. Out! Let's see if this has changed. Nope, still dated. How much? Oh, it's got a ways to go. We won't find out until... And I need to redo the station for this and all the queue and everything. And I'm not even 100% sure if I'm going to keep this here. The problem is it's in such a tight space over here. Yeah. Dang, I'm not sure. So one thing as I think about the Mythology Park, I'm trying to decide what coasters I want throughout the park. And I want to try to keep it to maybe 8 or 10. If the coaster is dated and isn't even attracting guests, then it most likely won't be getting the classic role. I found that out the hard way. Yeah, and generally the rule of thumb is if the prestige is over 600, it is going to become a classic, but not always. There is one coaster in the Viking Park that has a prestige of 900 something, and it turned old. I don't know why. It may just be too isolated. Or if it's too nearby a superior coaster, that can affect it. Can I make 6 of them? No, I don't think so. I mean, I would definitely let you make 1 or 2. I think you probably did 6 coasters in this park, Jimpers, to be honest. You did the trade winds. Of course, Dino Dukes did the custom supports. You did the Woody. You did the invert. You did this version of Kraken. So that's 4. I think you may have actually done more in the Viking Park. I can't remember. Can you make the other 3 or 4? Oh! You all should make a Bakunawa. Holy crap, you're still streaming, yes. Yeah, what's going on, Dale? Welcome back, man. Yeah, we're still going. We're gonna check out some creations here relatively soon. So always some quality of life improvements. Need to figure out something through over here. And this is actually a pretty large area. We've got a lot of room to work with. My original thought was an Intamin Impulse, but those coasters do not go full circuit. And I wanted to do something kind of like a Volcano the Blast coaster, but my own twist on it. And that didn't work out. So I thought maybe something else that can blast out of the top of the volcano. One idea originally that I had So, back before we called this the Tsunami, this was actually a King Dakar inspired ride for the Viking Park, and it never got any attention. So what I had said was possibly placing this to blast upward through the volcano and then come back down on the side, and that idea was rejected at large. So I opened that up for a poll, and everybody's like, no, don't do it. So maybe something like if I just take a look, we had a dive coaster before with a mountain. Thought of maybe incorporating that. I think the best option may actually be an Intamin Blitz or a mock launch. Low-key revamping New Texas Giant right now. Oh, good deal. Should I ask my crush to be my Valentine when Valentine Day comes, or should I not? Should. Do it. Worst that can happen is, they say no. Making a dive coaster right now, actually. I actually like dive coasters. That's a little bit of a hot take. I think a lot of people say they're kind of overrated, but there are some good ones. And actually, the B&M narrow drop, I like that better than the regular, the wide drop. And especially because you have the splashdown effect, which I think is neat. Now that'd be really lame. I wouldn't. Yeah, great choice, Spino. I find that to be far superior. The problem, I think, with the wide-bodied B&M is because the trains are so wide, there's much more air resistance, so they seem not to carry their speed very well. And I really don't care for the way the really wide B&M track looks. I think the narrow version is far better. Alright, made $197,000 today. Awesome. I don't think anyone is using the 10-seater B&M anymore. Yeah, I wish they would have the 8-seater option. Uh-oh. It's raining. And it says it's sunny. Oh, we're gonna get a thunderstorm. What is gonna get struck today? So one thing that I've thought about doing is, and you could see that I did it a little bit last night with the Mako coaster, but I've thought about taking a lot of these coasters in this park, and because many of them, Mako, my original Kraken, even this, actually Dino Dukes did this one, so I really like his version. I may do a little bit of different scenery with it. But the thing about it would be to take those coasters and revamp them, knowing now what I didn't know at the time when I built them, and try to make them a bit better. I'm not ready to give this park up, and I've felt like it many times, but I don't know. There's something about this that keeps drawing me back. I think a lot of people here started watching me when I was working on the tropical park. So it has a lot of watch value to a lot of people. And I've put so much time in. Day 92 in this park. Put a lot of work into it. Been a single Pringle my whole life. I hate him for it, Dale is... Oh yeah, you should just jump in front of it and take control of the situation. Also, this group of folks is the absolute worst place to ask for any romantic advice. Yeah, I mean... I don't know, individual people here, especially those that are not teenaged, with no disrespect to the younger crowd, but the people who are a bit older, like in their 30s and who have girlfriends or boyfriends or are married, there are definitely some of those individuals here that can definitely give good advice. With the best of intentions. But, to be honest, I'm not really sure why you all are talking about that. I want the 7-seater. I don't think there's a 7-seater B&M drop or B&M dive coaster. There could be. I may not be aware of it, but I thought it was 6, 8, and 10. I just don't know how to let my crush know I like them. Yeah. Yeah, in reality, you would be better off seeking that kind of advice, not in the middle of one of my PC2 streams. I'm not criticizing you for it, but I agree that this really is not the best environment to try to... There is Iron Menace and Wrath of Rakshasa are examples, along with Dr. Dieball's. Those are 7 wide? What? Okay, I learned something new today, folks. I thought they were 8. I stand corrected. Shows you what I know about coasters. Not counting the ones that I've ridden that I actually do know about. Not the place to ask for any sort of advice. No, that's not necessarily true. I think there is some advice that you could ask for, but I wouldn't for more like serious personal stuff like that. You're better off at least asking an individual off stream or outside of chat. It's like, oh, we got a tree coming through here. Let's get rid of that right there. This actually, we could just reposition that slightly. Yeah, that's a bit better. Oh, we've got trees. I love when I have trees on my pathway. Sweet. Nah, you're good. You're good, King Nika. Cookie can open up a romance advice page in his Discord. I am not doing that. Because most of the people in Discord are mostly people that watch my PC2 and Flight Sim streams, and neither of those are really the places that I would recommend you try to seek that advice. Hey Jimpers, one thing that I was looking at when we did a POV of this here. I think you might want to rework the dive loop just a little bit on this coaster here, because like what happens is it kind of flattens, like it goes up and then gets steeper. The roll into the top of the dive loop felt a little bit jittery. Tell you what, if we've got... Yeah, okay. So go from the front bumper. That was my first custom dive loop ever. That's actually really good for your first ever. But yeah, like that right there. Definitely felt a little bit wonky. This really is a fun coaster though. I had so much fun placing this and doing all the like terrain work and special effects. Dive into that little canyon right there, coming out of the Cobra roll. Oh! That's awesome! I don't think I noticed that from before. I think the Cobra roll can be done too. I really don't think it's that bad. Man, this thing sucks. I don't know, I had a lot of fun with it. I mean, you remember my original. In fact, I can actually place it here and show you. Let's just flip to Jimper's stream and have him walk us through his process. Dale, out! So this was... yeah, this was my original. This thing is rough. Talk about rough. So this is what actually got Dale, or I'm sorry, Jimpers to remake it. Introducing the old square helix. Nah. But this was the first coaster that I built in this park. And this dive loop absolutely... this is the in-game dive loop, because I can't build custom dive loops. But these things suck. Like, I'm sorry, but they suck. Just replace it with Silver Bullet. No, I feel like the theme that I originally started this park, if some of you know this, maybe some of you don't, but I originally started this park as a water park and then decided to add a couple coasters, and I took heavy inspiration because I had recently been to SeaWorld Orlando. So the first coaster I built was this Kraken, and the second one was the Mako Hyper. So, but yeah, some of the progression of these elements just really does not work. I don't even know, is this custom? No, it isn't. Yeah, it was that early on. 0G rules are probably the easiest. Do they suck like T3? I wouldn't say they're quite that bad. They're at least semi-smooth. Well, I actually go on right for that. But I'll show you. I think we looked at this a few nights ago. But just show you the re-inspiration. I really would like to take this layout and revamp it. And I even did try reworking it, and just I played around with it a few nights ago and just never got anything that I was happy with. See, these dive loops are at least smooth on like T3, but it doesn't make any sense for them to exit at a 90-degree angle. And I'm not really sure the Batman. The old one makes me angry. The old one, like my version? Oh yeah, that crap helix right there. Ow, ow, ow! Head banging. No corkscrew required. Oh, your version. Oh, I was about to say, hopefully this is not that bad. Good lord. Yeah, anyway, we can get rid of... Ah, shoot, now I gotta go back and clear all this out. You could have done so much better with that. I would love to see what you could do with it, though. Oh, couple things not quite tall enough. Dale. Oh, now we're months. Oh, yeah, here comes the storm. Ba-da-ba-ba, bang! I'm actually curious to see if anything does get struck. I'm gonna be critically harsh here. I think your original Kraken is extremely awful. I don't think that's warranted, to be totally honest with you. I don't think that's warranted. I mean, it's not great, but to say it's extremely awful, I think is a little bit of a stretch. I had really, at that time, only built, I don't know, 5 or 6 coasters in this game. And I mean, you can definitely see the inspiration. I just didn't really know what I was doing at the time. So, I mean, does it need some rework? Absolutely. It needs smoother elements. It needs the banking offset. But to say extremely awful, I'm not going to accept that. That's me. Other people might be like, yeah, he's totally right. That sucks. It was like T3. But I don't think that was quite fair. Alright, the question is, are we going to weather the storm with nothing getting struck? Or are we going to have a ride go down? Actually curious. I've actually not seen a ride in this game get hit by lightning during a thunderstorm. I mean, I know they showed it in like the preview of the DLC and everything, but or not the DLC, the update. I think it was update 8. No, King Dekai, he didn't. But I'm definitely going to be critical of the criticism there. Because that's my thing. I'm not mad about it. I know it's not great. But that's my thing, is if it isn't great, then talk about what needs to be fixed, even if it's the entire coaster. But let's talk about what needs to be changed, what needs to be fixed, but don't just say it's awful. So, and that, unlike my mock launch, I mean, that one sucked. But that Kraken has enough going for it that it could very easily be turned into something really good. I mean, even if you had to switch a couple of the elements out. I'm gonna be critically loving here. I love that Chipopo. Oh, the surf coaster, the Teahupo. We can ride that. I have the original version too. That one was a little bit wonky. This was after Bromik came through and kind of revamped a few of the elements for me, but he kept the layout pretty original. You kind of have to ride this on the train so you get the hydraulic effect. I crave creation reviews. I know, be patient. We're getting to it soon. Jimpers, let me know. I know you had a coaster you wanted to preview, so let me know when yours is done, and we'll check it out. Yeah, you're all good, Strawberry Jam, no worries. Oh, that looks slick. Look at the sky when you're going upward. That last turn is a bit harsh. That's definitely one thing that needs to be reprofiled. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this. Surf coasters are really fun, and as I've mentioned, probably many of you have heard me say that Pipeline at SeaWorld is one of my favorite coasters. I have it at number 2 in the park, and probably somewhere around like number 5 or 6 overall. The only thing about it is it's outclassed by Mako. The other thing, though, one thing that I did notice, this coaster has a lot of left turns. And I think maybe 4 launches, maybe a couple too many. Jimpers, I'm using one of your coasters in my Granite Peaks park. Heck yeah. Alright. Jimpers, let me know how you're coming along on that coaster that you wanted me to showcase. Oh, take a look, we're having a parade and a thunderstorm. That's totally safe. The one that goes left and right and up and down, you smart ass. No, guys, it goes through the loop-de-loop. Didn't know we were theming a coaster to Rob Alvey. I hate that man with a burning passion. I don't know. I think he does get a little annoying sometimes, but honestly, I really do like his coaster POVs. There is a really funny video when X at Six Flags Magic Mountain got revamped into X2 and he went out and rode it. That video, I want to say it was from 2000. Well, I say, what year did that get revamped? Was it 2007 or 2008? One of those. And he went out and rode it and was taunting everybody. It was hilarious. He gets on it and is flopping around. He's like, yeah, so come out and ride X2 now. And he said something else really funny, but I'm not going to spoil it. So, alright, I am going to go ahead and save this. And I'm going to exit to the main menu. Oh, excuse me. It was 2008? Okay. I couldn't remember if it was 07 or 08. I know it was one of those. We'll go back here, and I'm going to pull a sandbox. And I'm going to get up quick, take a quick break, and then we'll be back to check a few things. Yeah, Spino's been waiting patiently. And, yeah, just give me a second, I'll be right there. Okay, I am back. Guys, clearly Dale picked the one that goes through a loop-de-loop and then goes wee, and then oh, we're helixing. Oh. You know what? I'm curious. Does he? I'm sure he does. I don't remember if I've seen it. I don't think I have, but I would love to see the one where Rob Alvey rides T3. Alright, so the first couple things I want to check out. No, those are mine. I'm going to get a Frontier Workshop. What is this? Cobra. Oh, I remember that. Yeah, that was a good one. Oh, that's the one Dale built. Kumba recreation. Oh, R.I.P. Kumba. Where are they? Why are they not showing up on here? They wouldn't be in facilities, I'm guessing. The non-park files are car pack and Intamin gyro tower. Yeah, I'm trying to find the car pack and I can't find it right now. I'll just search. Okay, there we go. Beep beep. Haha. And then we've got these cars here that are less than 65 pieces. These are 66 to 99, and these are over 100. So we got some custom cars. These look pretty neat. Like muscle cars. I'm gonna do like a car show. Now I got a new Gen B&M Hyper. Dale, quiet. I was looking through it and couldn't find it, so I'm like, is it not there? Rob has a 2021 PV. POV, he actually likes T3, he's insane. Well, gotta go with some boxcar derby. Alright, let me get the code for your hyper jumpers real quick here. Let's save it. Oh, well, it's right there. I'm not gonna know for another 3 or 4 months. Flat ride is gonna be the Intamin gyro tower. Mythology Skywatcher. I'm just curious of this. This is one of Frontier's actual works. Okay. I remember that there. Here's the Intamin. Yeah, so take a look at this right here. This is one of the just observation towers themed with the Intamin kind of old style canopy, I guess we would call it. And if you look all the way at the top, it's got some additional scenery pieces and nice job with the flag. That's pretty neat. Now, it'd be really neat if you added, some, I don't know if this is going to be tough to do, but if you added some of those motion pieces that make the flag actually flutter in the wind, that'd be really neat. This reminds me of the observation tower, the Carolina Sky Tower, I think it was called, at Carowinds. Or is, it's still functional. It's really nicely done. It looks beautiful. The one I made a Skytrek tower in the original colors. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say it looks very similar to the one at Carowinds, so it probably was. Probably the exact same model. Oh, Velocituber used my car pack without knowing it was mine. It was in his Cadillac coaster. Oh, cool. And that was a neat one. Okay, I have to think about the coaster. That wasn't it. The new gen Hyper. Always look forward to checking these out. I'm gonna put this toward the back of the park here. Oh, that actually fits really nicely right there. It's gonna be nice scenery. E&F Miler, okay. Oops. Let me grab that. And Spinal, what were the other two? Remind me. Oh gosh, I'm familiar with this. The janky E&F Miler I made inspired by Hurricane at Fun Spot Kissimmee. Or Kissimmee, however you say it. Whoa, excuse me. Oh, I probably started an earthquake with that sneeze. Oh, a Shikra. Nice. With the narrow B&M version. Alright, and a, hopefully a functional splashdown. Both are park files, non-in-game rides, and American Eagle Steel Revolution. That's right, okay. Yep. Alright, so I'm gonna look at Jimpers and Crazy Entities, while I'm in this park. What was that called? Crazy Entity? Oh, it's this one right here, Typhoon. Okay. Thank you. Shave the whales? What? That's terrible. I actually want to take a look at this one first, and then we'll save the Hyper. And we'll go front bumper. Oh, those transitions are rough. And I'm sure you're simulating the actual coaster. Understandably. Yeah, I'm not really sure I would enjoy something like this. It's actually pretty neat. It's good recreation. I'm not familiar, overly so, with Hurricane at Fun Spot, but I'm familiar enough, you know, of those types of rides, and I want to say Fun Spot Orlando has something similar to this as well. Maybe not quite. Speaking of, have they said anything about what's happening to Fun Spot Kissimmee and Orlando? I'm guessing they're not affected by the Fun Spot Atlanta closure, but I could be wrong. Just never really thought to ask or look that up. It's not an exact recreation, just inspired by it. Okay, well yeah, that is still pretty neat. They aren't, it's just Atlanta. That's what I figured. I think the Florida ones are far more popular. So yeah, nice job with this. We gotta take a look at these. Yeah, alright, pretty good. Get some airtime. There's some small, very brief pops. But a nice job with that. Alright, next up. I gotta play some music on this. Definitely my favorite electronic track in the game. It just reminds me of sometimes. Not sometimes, but occasionally I would get, I actually wore some headphones, and I've seen people do it many times, but they wear headphones on roller coasters. And this is the kind of thing I would. So we'll go front bumper. That thing is loud, holy cow. Sorry, Dale, we didn't play Moo Moo Milkshake. Looking forward to this. It looks so cool with the sky tower in the background there. Sounds like Electric Zoo from SpongeBob, so I'm not familiar with that. Man, this is glass smooth. I mean, I'm not to expect anything less from Jippers, but I'm just impressed at how smooth this is. I like the helix. No, I mean, boo. I'm gonna get a lot of hate, but I don't like any songs in a post-2000 style. No, that's fair. That's fair. Really nice coaster. This is really smooth. No, it's not. I was gonna say, was that ampersand? It would have crossed back in front of itself, but I think a little bit of the ampersand enough. Shambhala, and is the same type of coaster. But I think this is really neat. That drop, I don't know why, but that drop felt much closer to vertical than it is. which is actually a really neatly like simulated effect. Illusion, sort of. Really nice camelback. Got a lot of really good camelbacks. I like the turnaround. It was very nicely profiled. More camelbacks. Mid-course, and this is where it gets a little more wild. Kind of this nice. I really like coasters that incorporate a kind of a sweeping dive off the mid-course. And I did that with my Mako coaster. And the helix right here is really interesting. It actually goes overbanked. No, that's not fair. It's a fair take unless Dale doesn't agree with it. Really nice up into here, and then you got that camelback coming out of the turn, which I really like. It's kind of high-speed S-turn. Not S-turn, I forget. Well, like a wave turn, sort of. And into the final brakes. Really fun coaster. Yeah. Super good. Oh, the two inversions must be the overbanked turn at the back. And then the this, I know you look at it, it actually almost looks like an inclined loop. Jimpers, this is really well done. I like this a lot. This is one of your best hypers, I would have to say. The I'm honestly not 100% sure about how I feel, and this is not a criticism of this coaster. But just in general, I'm not really sure how I feel about these staggered seating coasters like this. I think I tend to prefer the traditional 4 across hypercoaster trains, the clamshells. But those are, I mean, pretty much the same. I mean, the way the restraints are. Just the staggered seating, especially if you're on one of the ends, it does kind of feel a little bit awkward. So, like in the stats, do we want fear to be higher or lower? In this case, to get green, it would need to be higher. So, from 4 to 6. If it's below 4, then it'll be orange, and if it's above 6, it'll be orange. But generally, when I see coasters that have a fear over 5, it means they probably have some pretty unrealistic forces in some place. So it's super well done. I really like this. It's just so nicely profiled. And I'm still trying to see, I wonder if it's maybe because there is a kind of a turn incorporated into this. It's right down here before the turn begins that it reaches its steepest point, but that just felt like if you look at it down this way, on the ride, it actually felt like it was beyond vertical, and or not beyond, but basically vertical, and nah, that is probably about a 70, if I had to take a guess, probably about a 78 degree drop. I'm about to upload the layout of Sandwinds to the workshop. Alright. We'll come back to it. I'm going to go check out the other two of Spino's creations here. Non-in-game rides. We'll look at this one, and then I do want to check out the RMC'd American Eagle. then we'll come back and do Crazanity's Sand Winds, and then we'll be done. So what do we have here? Oh, a Schwarzkopf looping shuttle. Well, not quite. That does look really neat, though. Mock rides, the 8-seater. Tower 4-seater. Is this what I'm supposing? Bacchanal is gonna be? Other than the fact that they're floorless trains, what I heard. Young Sun 2-seater. The SNS Wood. Oh wow, SNS Woody. Gerstlauer floater coaster. Oh yeah, like a Gerstlauer Hyper almost. That's just the station. There's an X in the back for some. What do you mean? An X in the back. The Intamin, I started to say premium. I was reading that there, the premiere. Built like Time Traveler, the 4-seaters. Oh, yeah, okay. But they don't spin, I suppose. Cosmic Drop Space Dock. Oh my gosh! Is this like the flashback train? Good dear Lord, help us all if that has flashback. Space Diver. Nope, that's that one there. Old Gen Blitz train? Yeah, I was gonna say that looks kind of like Cheetah Hunt. Cheetah Hunt trains. And the new Gen Giga. Alright. And right here is the Mecha 4-seater. Man, these are some really neat recreations. The preformed Woodies like El Toro. Premier Dual Launch. West Coast Racers. And Zero, the vertical 8-seater. I'm not really familiar with these. They look like Gerstlauer, they look like a combination of the Gerstlauer Eurofighter and Infinity. That's neat. Attacker, striker, swing layout. Oh, sorry, hiccup. The problem is nobody will ever ride on those extra seats if I'm not Oh, gosh. Nobody will ride on those extra seats, which, I mean, that's a bummer, because it would be really neat if they did incorporate that. A vertical launch. Oh, no! And that one's just spinning around and tumbling. MCBR swing. They're just to show off the model, yeah. Example from the Tower Coaster from Zero's Wicked at Lagoon. Oh. Okay. Oh yeah, okay, that's pretty neat there. And oh, you know what? I think we're gonna have to check that out. The looping shuttle. Oh yeah, this is Montezuma's Revenge, ain't it? Or Montezuma, at least. Get a POV of this. Loop is intense. This certainly beats the Aero shuttle loopers, if I may say so. I may take a little bit of heat for that. Now, I don't remember, do these looping shuttles, do they, well, no, with the launch, they would go forward. They don't go backwards first, right? White Lightning. I actually want to watch the, yeah. I want to check this out. They do go forward first, okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, we gotta watch a West Coast Racers. Oh, no, you gotta ride it from the seat. I get that every time I visit Mexico for vacation. Oh, we're falling behind. Oh, there we go. Catch him. And it's actually really cool to see this functional. This is a good West Coast Racers recreation. That is neat. That is very neat. Kind of a Mobius loop, I think it was called. I would love to see somebody make a Twisted Colossus remake that actually did dual. This is neat. I like checking out this kind of stuff. Very nicely done. It's not the same layout, but it's close. Yeah, it is pretty close. I haven't been on it, but I am familiar with West Coast Racers. It is a cool, ride. This is really neat stuff. I appreciate you sharing that. I learned a couple things. Wait till you see my RMC American Eagle with that Twister C comment. Stardust Racers should have been themed to Fast and the Furious, then they would have the real street racing feel, just saying. Ooh. Oh, wow. Oh, it's the sundial. So just taking a look at this, kind of a preview. Oh! I see exactly what you did. I'm looking forward to seeing this. Yes, we'll give... Oh, no, it can't do it because of... Okay, so yeah, we gotta ride on the train. Oof. Question is it gonna duel? Oh no, because we don't have a train already on the loop yet. Fire her off! Sorry about slow chain, it's for racing to work. That's understandable, yeah, you gotta time it right for it to... Yeah. Whoa. Nice roll. Are we getting our duel? Yes! Awesome! This is gonna be neat. We can go ahead and actually speed this up to the top. Okay, and that's where it kind of branches off and does its own thing. Oh no, that's just the turn. Okay. And is this the exit station? No. Oh, I see. Okay. I see. That's super cool. Nice stats. Of course, you're penalized because of the double lift hill. So this is really better than that reflects for sure. And great stats, great G-forces. Look at all that airtime. The airtime moments are pretty short, but you've got a really good number of them. How many trains is this running? 2. Okay, so It was kind of like on the West Coast Racers that you did. I think from an operational perspective, if possible, I think it would be a good idea if you could accommodate 3 trains. That way you have 1 in the station to load, and the other 2 out on the track. I don't know if that would interfere with your timing and stuff, so I can understand if that can't. It can run 3? Okay. I definitely recommend running 3. Dale, you wise guy. 2 is recommended for dual. Well, I wonder if you would actually adjust the station time. If timing it a specific duration would get that to work, or if it becomes a little more variable, I'm not sure. This is really neat. I love the theme. The color scheme is super good. I'm super pleased that the way you were able to make the coaster interaction with the dueling experience actually is timed super well. Look at that sundial, sounds like an angry cow. I did see the flamethrower, that's really neat. We can take a look at the train. I mean, we did get a short preview of it. The American Eagle Steel Revolution, yeah. Which one of your coasters had that? What? The dueling? One criticism I have of the ride, I'm not super fond of the way the track just kind of whips to each side like that. It kind of makes it feel a little bit awkward. But that was really it. I like the incorporation of the hills, the way they're timed for the dueling experience. And then you get a roll on each side, which is really neat. I know you're starting this out, and it's a really cool ride experience. I'm not saying that you should do this for this coaster. Which one of your coasters had 3 trains running? Almost all of my coasters run 3 trains. Maddox, this is for your competition. Oh, cool. Hey, what's going on, man? Velocituber, welcome. Just got my last rides on Airy. Oh, man. Anyway, what I was going to say, one thing that I would like to see if you do a future dueling RMC, I would like to see a few more inversions. So you got the rolls, which are really nice, but like one thing that jumps out at me particularly about Twisted Colossus is how you have the airtime hill over the below the 0G stall. I think that's super cool. If you had a way to incorporate that in a future, I'm not suggesting you change this up, but if you were to attempt a racing coaster like this, or a dueling coaster, that's such a cool design, and if you could pull that off, I think it would be spectacular. Just the blue side back row, I call it the upwards death hill. Perfect use of mid-course brakes early on. You got a high speed on the blue, and then you have this outer banked on the red. I really like that. Oh, the upward death roll. Oh! Oh yeah, right back down here. That actually, yeah, that is really neat. I see exactly. Yeah, hope you had a good day at a Fun Spot Atlanta, man. Yeah, that is really neat. I like this a lot. I would love to be able to build something like that. That's tough to pull these off. I mean, not just because you have to make... It's like building two coasters and making them both really good, but then the dueling aspect, I think, just adds a whole nother level of complexity and difficulty to building a coaster that is not only fun, but also well-timed. And I've tried that, not really in this game, but in RCT 2 and 3, I would build, not a Mobius loop coaster, but actual, like, two dueling coasters, and I could build both of them to be good coasters, but half the time, I could never get them timed to race. Other than, like, basic things like a figure 8 Woody. Or mirror image Woodies. Super easy. But anything like this, I wouldn't be able to really pull that off. Like the last time I played RCT 3, I think I did a dueling... or racing floorless coasters, believe it or not. And it did not work out well. So... Eh. Cacao! Yeah, this is super cool. Really great job with this. It took hours to make them duel, I bet. Alright, Crazanity is uploading his Sand Winds to the workshop. So, Velocituber, how'd you like Air Force 1, man? The station detail, yeah, we can check that out quick. Yo, it's like an old kind of town. Okay. Main entrance, fast lane. It was awesome, number 2, alright. Did he accidentally end stream, or did my phone give up on life? Your phone gave up on life. Everything on my end is still running solid. And I get a notice if something starts going wrong. Like if I start having dropped frames, or if my connection is bad, it will... It'll tell me that. Can't hear me. Hello, hello, hello. There might have been a brief, I have no dropped frames. I wonder if it's something on YouTube's end, perhaps. Okay. Thank you for doing that, Cacao. I am so happy, you have no idea. Well, I'm glad you were pleased with it. This is really neat. Fantastic job. Alright, we go into a sandbox. Crazanity's got 1 minute to upload his coaster. And that's the last thing we're looking at tonight. Yeah, we didn't see you look at the station interior. enough. See, now I get to notice the connection is kind of interrupted a little bit. Still no dropped frames, so I don't know what's going on. Crazanity, if you're not ready, you're running out of time, man. I'm sorry. It's getting late. Didn't look at the interior. I'll pull it back up real quick. It's a go. It's ready. Okay. See, I did look kind of with a brief glimpse into it here. I was looking especially at the outside, and I did notice these coming back into the station on the ride. This is cool though. You got the station numbers on the ground. That is neat. I do like that. Drop the code. Uploaded. Good. Yeah, give me that code. Nope, never mind. Don't. I see it right here. You know you can load a park without returning to the menu. Well, I wasn't really loading in the case to get into the sandbox to place this. I'm not sure. Yeah, load park there. I usually just exit out anyway. But yeah, you can. I knew it, and I never do because it's just not a habit for me. This has a massive footprint. It's not as linear or L-shaped. Alright, looking forward to checking this out. Oh, actually, we gotta add some music to this. You know what? Sorry, not sorry. Note that the ending is in the final version. I just wanted to give you an idea of the layout. But yeah, sorry, not sorry. This is it's Moo Moo Milkshake, an inspiration of the Cosmic Cow Parade. Maybe we'll have to call this Cow Wins. This is like Dale's favorite song in game, yeah. Got a Spanish flamenco dancer and Elvis in the chat. Spino's not impressed. Ooh, this thing is whippy. It's your least favorite? Ah, sorry, Spino. What a nice zero-G stall. This outer banked airtime there. This is good. Alright, it's just about over, Spino. And the ending turn won't actually be on the actual ride, yeah. Understandable. Made that prestige score, look at that right there. This is really good. Got a lot of great stuff. It carries its speed throughout the whole thing. I actually almost felt like the pacing in some sections was a little bit too fast. Finally. Hey, we looked at all 4 of your creations tonight. If I suffer for a minute and a half. Take it like a champ. No, I'm just kidding. Triple green. Really good excitement score. Yeah, your lats are pushing that there. 5.07. I can try to help you pinpoint where that's at. Negative 1.5 is a pretty good injector. Look at the duration of airtime on that. 8.38 seconds with 9 airtime moments. It's going like 94 through that first inversion. Takes the lats pretty well. It does. Its top speed 98. So let's actually take a look at that. And we can go back to previous run and I'll pause it here. This bottoms out at 97. It's at 94 throughout this here. I can't see the roll. I think this is it right here. It's going like 90 through that there. I mean, the whole time the coaster's going 80 miles an hour plus up until you start getting to these final airtime hills here. To be fair, I made Nebula. I deserved a bit of payback. That was not intentional. I did not know you don't like that song, so don't. That was not planned. This is really neat. Let me see if I can pinpoint your G's. Probably right about here. Because you're at 4.9. Right there. Everywhere else I look, it could be that. I don't think it's that. I think it is. I think it's right here. Look at those airtime hills, they're really nice. Yeah, just look at the heat map. That heat map is really valuable. I love the heat map tool. And your laterals, they get to 1.8 somewhere. This is going to be tougher to find. Not there, I don't think. I don't know. Laterals are tougher, but it's really not that bad. From experience, you're going to fix it and find another area at 4.9. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say 1.8 is reasonable. I wouldn't really go above that, but yeah. If that's where they're at, they're fine. This is solid. The excitement reigning throughout all of this here. So much green. It does lose a little bit of it late. Then it picks it right back up. Pretty much at the very end, you've got that really rich green, which is awesome. This is really well done. Great job. And some great, chill, relaxing music. So, folks, I think that's going to do it for me tonight. I actually ended up staying on quite a bit longer than I had initially planned to. I need to get to bed. I've got another full day at work tomorrow. Actually, might go just a little bit late. I don't know. I'm gonna play it by ear because I stayed late today, so. But then I'm taking Friday. I'm probably not gonna be doing any streams on Friday. There's the possibility I might. But I'm planning on going flying in the real world Friday. So depending on time-wise and how long that takes and what time I get back and everything, I would not count on a stream Friday. I should be streaming tomorrow night. But I would not count on Friday. But we'll see. We'll play it by ear. It could happen. And if I don't go flying, it will. So, but fixed it. Alright, good deal. Well, and then you can reprofile the ending the way that you want as well. Alright, y'all, that's going to do it for this one. All of you submitted some really great creations tonight. Thank you so much for sharing. And I'm going to go ahead and jump off. Thanks for hanging out. Hope to catch you all back on the next one. And not the precious stream streak. That's a tongue twister. So much winning, so very American. Yeah, it's gonna depend. I've done so much streaming. Oh, I get burned out a little from staying up too late and doing it. But we'll see. We'll figure something out, guys. Have a great night, Cookie. Take care. And T3 sucks. Ah, yes it does. Alright, y'all. So you hope you enjoyed this again. And hope to see you next time. And as always, until then, take care. Stay safe. T3 tacos suck. And we'll see you all.